what's up, guys? It's your boy Steven. We're back here at LabTalks. I got a legend in the building with me today. My boy RONNIE2K put up on us. What's up, man? How you doing?
So glad to be here. Always love a good sneaker shop, especially in Dallas. And this is the best one. I've heard from so many good friends that they got to stop by here. So I'm glad to be here.
No, definitely, man. I'm glad we were able to, work it out. I'm glad to have you here, man. Especially in Dallas. I heard you here, for all the events going on this week.
Yeah, WrestleMania. Let's go.
That's hype. I know you hype. Yeah, it's gonna be a big show, man.
We just launched WWE 2K22 a couple weeks ago. People are really buzzing about it. We're throwing a wedding, actually 2 weddings for fans. It was like some fan contest submission, and it's super funny and awesome. A lot of great time. The WWE is known for wacky weddings with their personalities and stuff. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So that's Friday, and then obviously Mania Saturday, Sunday. So be a great weekend.
No, definitely. I definitely see it, man. It's crazy every time big events like that come to Dallas. Especially Dallas. To me, it's always been like an upcoming city that's just slowly growing, over time.
For sure.
And we need more events like that, just because, like I said, we're there, man.
Well, Jerry World will do that for you. These guys keep trying to break attendance records, so
definitely.
Let's see what happens this weekend.
And Jerry will do it. It's crazy. He's the type that will do it.
Yeah.
Also, so a lot of people who don't know, my boy Ronnie, big sneakerhead, and obviously, him being here. We're gonna talk a little bit about kind of your style, bro, kind of what you like wearing. Yeah. Before we were here doing the interview, he just showed me some of the shoes that he liked, and I've noticed you going more towards some of the louder colors, like for example, you're wearing Chucky Dunkies. You like stuff that just pops.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of my favorites are ones that are really loud. I think sneaker culture and 2K's proven that out. It's about self-expression.
Right.
I had 600 some odd pairs of shoes.
Wow.
And then 2 things happened to me. One was great, one was terrible. The first thing was I donated about half of them because I was doing a renovation. I'm like, I don't have a place to put a lot of these shoes. So I donated half of them. And all the proceeds went to Make-A-Wish. I'm on the board for Make-A-Wish in San Francisco.
Awesome. Yeah.
That was super cool. I had this bag of Kobe's though. Ooh. And in my renovation, they just vanished.
Are you serious?
And I've not been able to find them. I also had a bunch of really great signed stuff, and I'm just really bummed about that. But hopefully maybe they'll resurface in some weird hole in my renovation. I'm almost done. So, but yeah, I have about 300 pairs of shoes, and it's a really eclectic group of shoes. There's no I'd say pattern. Definitely have a good stable of Off-Whites, have a good stable of Jordan 1s.
Good mix, good variety. Right?
Yeah, but then there's a bunch of SBs. I even have a lot of Air Maxes. It's when I see a shoe that I like, I like it, and it's kind of my thought and for me. So I wear the shoes that I get. I don't really hoard them. I have a few Grails that I've just locked away just because I'm what situation would I wear this?
Right.
They're not potentially something I would wear every day, so I just put those away.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's wide open. I wear crazy random stuff.
Yeah, it ranges, right? Yeah. No, that's what's up. I love that. I love to hear that. I love to hear also that you're wearing everything. Yeah, because
that's the whole point of having them, right?
No, exactly.
The whole sneaker craze around people boxing them up and then not letting people get them. That's not even that cool. It should be about accessibility, and people should be able to get the sneakers that they want to get.
Exactly. I'm with you 100% on that. Especially if you're just holding on to the shoe, hoping that one day it's gonna go for a crazy price. By the time
they don't even really take off.
Exactly.
Just wear them.
Yeah, and it does look for the people who do want to wear it, right?
Yeah.
And then just how the market is. And it's crazy how saturated it is now. That's one thing that I've noticed. So many people are doing it now.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to be a reseller kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But to the people who are still out there wearing their shoes, rocking them every now and then. Or like my boy Ronnie, he has 300 pairs, but everything is getting worn. Yeah. So that's insane.
Yeah, and I also appreciate it as a business. I've heard so many great stories. Guest List in Arizona.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're the big one in Arizona.
Okay.
That guy started from nothing, being a sneaker seller, and then to be able to open a store. You guys have a similar story. A lot of the best ones in some of the greatest cities in this country have done that thing. So I got super respect for it, but there should be an ability as a consumer to be able to get the shoe you want.
I agree 100%. Yeah, I definitely respect the grind as well, for all the resellers trying to do it, but of course, the consumer should be able to not have to pay thousands of dollars for stuff like that sometimes, right? Now, speaking about your collection, man, you said you had a variety of Off-White, Kobe's and stuff like that. Naturally, out of what silhouette do you see yourself? Are you more like a Dunk, or are you going more towards the Jordans?
It's kind of like a phase thing.
Right.
Like I will go through a thing where I'm wearing exclusively Jordans for a while, Jordan 1s or Jordan 4s, or I get into these like little things where that's what I consistently do. SBs, I get into kind of that mood. I have all the Grateful Deads, I have these, I have some really interesting SBs, and I've been looking for like the Street Hawkers. I told you I've been looking for the Simplest SB, a couple
crazy,
the Travis SBs. I've been looking for those 3 for a while.
So those are on your hit list.
Those are on my hit list. So it's so I have like 3 or 4 Off-Whites on my hit list, 3 or 4 Jordan 1s on my hit list, 3 or 4 SBs on my hit list. So like it's like again random, eclectic, but they're to be worn. Like I'm looking to
rock them. To rock them, right?
For sure.
As they should be.
Yeah.
So now you're talking about your hit list. You have like categories of kind of everything you're trying to get.
Yeah. What
was one shoe that you would say was on your hit list and probably was like the hardest one to acquire that you have now?
Hardest one.
Or if not your hardest one, your favorite one that you were able to say like, dang, I finally got this one, and you were like probably never imagined that you would be able to get it.
There were a few, especially like again because they were so difficult for a while. Like you're like, oh, you know what I got recently that I didn't think I'd ever get was the MCMAs.
Oh, okay.
The blue ones. Yeah, they're beautiful shoes.
That's a beautiful shoe.
And in size 15, you just can't find them ever.
Insane,
so like I came across those. Yeah, I mean, I've been very blessed to like work with a lot of the guys in this game. Like I work with Nicky, I work with Chris Gibbs, obviously Union.
Right.
I work with Jerry, for all the Fear Gods. So many other people, Don C. Like so, it's that kind of trade. Marcus Jordan as well.
Okay,
the trophy rooms, like
shout out.
Like those guys are such. Amazing designers, artists, creatives, and we're always trading ideas and stuff. So like they're always like, hey, they send me the stuff and they're like, tell us your opinion. It was funny. Me and Chris Gibbs worked a lot on that. The ones. Yeah, the ones. Mm-hmm. No, I'm sorry, the fours. The fours. Okay. The ones that came obviously in the second batch with the tongue situation, right?
Where you would fold it.
Yeah, I remember him and I like talking about like the consumer reception to that because at first people hated that.
I remember that. Yeah.
And then when they got them, it was cool. But like that like conversation of how you need to be listening to your consumer, I can obviously relate a lot with that with the 2K. It was kind of two minds coming together. So we all work together. So like again, I've been blessed to be gifted a lot of those shoes from these designers.
Right.
So like there's stretch ones that like I've been looking for, but it's things like that.
Yeah, no, it's just dope.
There's also like stories like Drake gave me the original OVOs himself.
Insane.
Which was awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Kevin Durant's given me a pair of shoes before, like, so it's this weird world that I live in, which is like, it touches fashion, culture, music.
You are culture for gaming.
So it's like, I've just been really honored to get to know so many amazing people in this space.
That's definitely a blessing, and I love seeing that. Love, the collaborations that people are doing now more, especially just like not just 2K, but just people in general. You feel
well, it's also an important. 2K is an important place where they can release that stuff, and it's important for them to like distribute that information. Like the kids are playing 2K, and then if they can't get it in the real world, at least they can get it in our game.
Exactly.
Like we can be the accessible source for them.
And exactly my point. I remember when you introduced, I guess when you started being able to play with like sneakers on actual 2K. It was so exciting for me as someone that was playing 2K back in the day. Obviously I don't have as much time now to play, but I was playing it heavy. And I remember like, oh damn, you can make your own shoe or even like get like a Travis Scott.
Yeah.
And then obviously Travis Scott's nowadays is so hard to acquire, you know, just because of like the hype around it. But just being able to at least
that was
get
important.
it in the game.
That was important. I remember having that conversation with Travis. Like that was really important for him. Like if we can't get it in the physical world because of just the way that this whole sneaker game exists, it was very important for him to make it available for our fans, and very important for us too. So.
Of course.
I mean, that's what gaming should be. It should be accessible.
Exactly. Yeah, more accessible and more realistic, almost kind of, right? Like more like real world stuff.
For sure.
And I love that. Yeah, I love the direction you're going with 2K, bro. Like I said, I feel like it's more personal level with the actual the gamer. You know, you feel it's more on a personal level. I want to speak a little bit on that. If you can, just any future like ideas that you have coming up or what.
I mean, the city has really like created this structure for us to like iterate and build. It's always something that's important to us, but like we listen to our consumer, we're always thinking about like what's going to make a more authentic basketball game. So like we're always in the lab. I was literally in mocap until 11 at night last night before I flew here this morning.
Right.
You know, we're always trying to figure out ways to iterate the game. It's an amazing game, but like we're so hungry to you know continue to like. There's so many entertainment options, right?
Yeah,
and we want our consumer to just like be invested, want to build their My Player, and just take it to a whole nother level.
Take it to another level. Dope, man. No, I love that. Like I said, we're excited to see what the future holds for it. The game already, you know, we love it, you know, just killing it, just like I said, the personal level it is.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, and like I said, just excited overall to see it, especially in the sneaker world, you feel me?
Yeah.
Sneaker culture is so big right now, and just to be able to see it on video games, not just like, you know, 2K, you know, you see it in other games too, and it's just exciting to see how far it's going to get. Yeah, but thank you, man, you know, for your time, bro. I know, you know.
No, it was my pleasure. I'm so glad to be here in Dallas, and you guys got to come check out this store. It's super rad.
Appreciate that. Yeah, so my boy RONNIE2K pulled up. Like I said, appreciate your time. We're gonna do a little bit of shopping. You know, we might get some, you know, personals. Like I said, we have some of this stuff in his size, so y'all stay tuned.
I know, that's the other thing about gaming. You don't have to worry about shoe size.
Yeah, you don't have to worry
about shoe size though.
Man, thank you, bro, for your time.
My man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.